Hi, everyone. I'm Wendy Smith, and I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and I'm joined by my colleague, Courtney High. We're excited to share some powerful tools that can support and enhance your child's learning at home.
Hi, everybody. I'm Courtney High, and I'm a middle school math teacher and our instructional coach. Our goal for this video is to provide an overview of the online learning platforms available to your child so that you can make decisions as a family about their usage at home. We'll start by providing a general overview of each platform. We'll demonstrate the unique features of each tool, including login information and how to navigate the interface. And additionally, we'll share why these platforms are effective for reviewing, reinforcing, and enriching key knowledge and skills.
You may notice that while we provide premium subscriptions to IXL, Delta Math, and Khan Academy, your student may not spend much time in class using them. This is intentional. We believe the most valuable resource in our school is our teacher-led instruction. Our intent is to maximize instructional time for collaborative problem solving, group discussions, and hands-on learning, things that these platforms simply cannot replicate. We encourage students to use these digital tools for reinforcement at home or during independent study times, so our class time remains focused on connection and active collaborative learning.
Let's start with IXL. Students in grades K through 8 have access to IXL for reading. On the platform, it is referred to as language arts. IXL offers thousands of skills covering a wide range of topics, including phonics, vocabulary, comprehension, grammar, writing, and more. Our youngest mathematicians in grade K through 2 also use IXL Math. IXL Math addresses everything from counting and number sense to operations, measurements and data, geometry, and word problems.
Teachers have entered each student's MAP RIT scores to personalize their online experience. IXL also utilizes adaptive technology. As your child answers questions, the program adjusts the difficulty of the question in real time. If they're struggling, it provides easier questions and explanations. If they're excelling, it challenges them further. Every question is accompanied by an explanation after an incorrect answer, helping students learn from their mistakes instantly. This personalized guidance offers remediation, reinforcement, practice, and enrichment tailored to each individual student.
Now we're going to see how students access IXL. Please enjoy this video. Students can access IXL by visiting www.ixl.com/signin/Columbia Grammar and signing in with the username and password provided by their teacher. Once logged in, students will see their My IXL dashboard page with suggested lessons. Students can work on skills assigned by their teacher by looking for the title, What Should I Work On?, selecting the From Your Teacher tab, and clicking on a skill. Or students can look for the box titled Study Plans and click on the icon for NWEA map growth to explore the skills matched to their map scores. Once students have selected a skill, they will see the lesson page. On the lesson page, you will see the question to be answered and information about the number of questions answered, the amount of time spent on that skill, and the SMART score of the lesson. The SMART score indicates a student's level of mastery of the skill. The SMART score goes up when a student answers a question correctly and goes down when they answer incorrectly. When a student answers a question incorrectly, a detailed answer is provided, including an explanation of the skill and feedback on how one could have answered that specific question correctly. When a student achieves a SMART score of 80, they have achieved proficiency in that skill. When they have reached 90, they have achieved excellence, and the difficulty of the questions increases. When a student reaches a SMART score of 100, then the student has reached mastery. Note, there is not a specific number of questions that a student must answer to achieve mastery. The SMART score is dynamic, measuring a student's understanding, so the number of questions needed to achieve mastery, proficiency, or excellence of a skill may vary. IXL provides a variety of analytics to check your students' progress. This is under the Analytics section of the main menu options provided by IXL. You can see questions answered, time spent, and skills that have been progressed, as well as more specific details like the questions your child answered or places where your child is struggling.
For students in grades 3 through 8, we use Khan Academy learning paths for math, which uses a mastery-based approach. Students watch short instructional videos, then practice skills until they achieve mastery. The platform includes hints, step-by-step instructions, and the ability to rewatch videos as many times as needed. What's powerful about Khan Academy is its personalized learning dashboard. Your child's MAP RIT score for math is automatically pulled into the platform. Teachers can also assign specific learning paths that are aligned with our curriculum. And students have the option to explore various class courses aligned to curriculum topics.
Here is how to access Khan Academy. Please watch this video now. Students can access Khan Academy by visiting khanacademy.org/login and signing in using their school Google account. Once logged in, students will see their Khan Academy Learner homepage with suggested lessons. Students can work on skills suggested based on their MAP scores by selecting one of the topics under My Learning Paths, and then clicking on the lesson outlined in blue. Students can also work on skills assigned by the teacher by scrolling down and finding My Assignments. When a student clicks to begin a lesson, they will be taken first to the exercises of that lesson. The exercises have a set number of questions. Students have the options to answer the question. They can also click to watch a video to see skills related to that lesson, or even skip the question. When students answer the question, they're told immediately if they are correct or incorrect. Even when correct, students have the option to see a more detailed solution. If students enter an incorrect answer, they are prompted to try again and have the option to see the first step of the problem. Students can choose to answer the question or click Get Another Hint to see additional steps. The progress bar for the exercise is located at the bottom. Students can see if they answered a question correctly on the first try, indicated by a green check mark, or if they needed a second attempt, hint, or other form of support, indicated by a gray circle. If students answered too many questions incorrectly, they can use this symbol here to start the lesson over. However, it will not let students start the lesson over if they can still achieve proficiency. If students are close to proficiency, they may be offered a bonus question. Otherwise, they can see the summary of their results. At the end of the lesson or exercise, the next lesson is suggested regardless of mastery. Your child is responsible for checking their progress and choosing to revisit a lesson that they have not achieved proficiency or mastery in. Students should look for a purple box on the lesson page progress bar for the completed lesson. Orange is used to indicate a skill that needs more practice. To check overall progress, students and parents can navigate back to the learner homepage and click on the Progress tab on the left. They can see the activities their students completed, the date and time they were completed, the change in skill level, the number of questions attempted and answered correctly, as well as the time spent on each lesson. Students can also click on any area under My Learning Path to see a more visual representation of the skills they have completed.
Also, our middle school students in grades 6 through 8 have access to Delta Math for additional practice. Delta Math does not use MapRit scores to personalize instruction. On this platform, teachers assign specific problem sets aligned with classroom instruction, making it perfect for extra practice before assessments or for reinforcing concepts. Feedback on their responses is immediate. If students make an error, they can watch a video or view other examples and try again to answer additional problems. The ability to provide new, unique problems on the same skill helps build conceptual and procedural understanding.
Here are the instructions for accessing Delta Math. Students can access Delta Math by visiting deltamath.com and signing in using their school Google account. Delta Math only offers teacher-assigned skills. Students can click on the Upcoming, Past Due, or Complete tabs to see assigned skills. Note that the past due is not an indication of an overdue assignment. Please see Schoology for a complete list of a student's current assignments. Students identify a teacher-assigned skill to work on. Then select the arrow on the top right to expand that skill. Students can click on any of the sub-skills displayed to begin working. Students will see a question page. They can enter their answer, click Watch Video to access video resources, or click Show Example to see a written example that is similar to this problem. Students will receive immediate feedback on if their answer was correct or incorrect. Regardless of the correctness, students will be able to see a detailed solution to the problem they just completed. Students can see their progress on the top left. For every answer a student gets correct, they gain a point towards the required total for that skill. For every incorrect answer, they receive a penalty. The penalty to their points is also displayed. Delta Math does not provide overall progress scores, but students and parents can use the Completed tab to see a completed teacher-assigned skill.
This year, we have aligned our approach across the grammar and middle school to teach keyboarding skills. All students have access to TypingClub software for their grade level. At the grammar school, the software is used in grades 2 through 5 classrooms, and at the middle school, it is used in technology classes. Short 10 to 15-minute sessions a few times during the cycle allow for more frequent repetition and reinforce muscle memory.
Students can also use the software at home. Here is how to log in into TypingClub. Students can access TypingClub by visiting typingclub.com and signing in using their school Google account. Once signed in, they can click Start on any of the displayed activities, and they can select an activity to begin.
Research shows the use of Khan Academy Learning Paths for 30 minutes per week is associated with greater learning gains on NWEA MAP assessment. To view the research highlights, go to blog.khanacademy.org/research. Also, studies have found that IXL leads to greater gains on standardized tests. IXL's proposed optimal usage guidelines is for students to reach proficiency in at least 2 skills per week. This comes out to be about 30 minutes. Students achieve proficiency in a given skill when they reach a SMART score of 80. To view the research, go to ixl.com/research.
We understand that you're busy, and we appreciate you taking the time to learn about these tools. We encourage you to explore these platforms with your child and decide whether or not to use them at home for additional practice or enrichment.
If you have questions about accessing any of these platforms, please reach out to your child's teacher. Thank you for partnering with us to support your child's learning.